Good morning, market snipers. Welcome back. This is Jesse. We're getting started at 8:45 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Earlier than normal. Normally, we're going about 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It was a little bit difficult to get ready, but then, of course, with the ankle and stuff like that. But here we are. We're making it through another shower, another live stream. So, if you're new to the channel, awesome. Welcome. If you're returning to the live stream, even better. Good to see you back. And on this fine Taco Tuesday, got a big day today. We got to go fast. We got to go hard. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do a lot of chart requests today, just because I've got to go to see the orthopedic surgeon, and I gotta head out of here. I gotta be there to take their X-rays. I took X-rays at the emergency room 9 days ago, but because they didn't have one at the urgent care. But I don't really trust the emergency room, so we're gonna go see the specialists and see if they confirm. Hopefully, they just confirm what the emergency room says, and a fracture or torn ligament, and it'll heal in a walking boot over 84 weeks. So that's where we're at. Title is pending buy signal on Bitcoin's daily chart. So we're going to get into that. Altcoins are bouncing. Cardano's up 10%. They've been suppressed for so long, right? We've been watching. We've been waiting. We've been hoping to get a bounce that turns into maybe a mini alt season, which maybe turns into a full alt season. That would be awesome. We're hoping for that. So for all of those people who think it's a small majority. Most of you don't think this way, but there are plenty of people, market snipers, who know that I'm not a perma bear. But there's a couple comments here and there that call me a perma bear. I'm definitely not a perma bear. I prefer bullish market, right? I prefer a bullish market, but I'll call it how I see it, into a bear market, topping patterns, all that stuff. So let's be clear. Still, obviously, one buy signal is not going to change anything for me. Based off the higher time frames, which we covered yesterday, covered all the week before, covered the week before that. This is the 8th week into a bear market for Bitcoin, and we expect bounces along the way. We hope for a relief rally. We want all of that, right? We want all of that. We don't want to just inch lower and lower every single day. We actually want to see swing trades, not only to the downside, but to the upside as well. So it's better for swing trading. So that's what we want. That's what we're going to cover. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So we're going to get into it. Bitcoin has a pending buy signal right now. There was no bullish divergence. We were hoping for bullish divergence, but there was no bullish divergence. It's just a low, a higher low, and then looks like a higher low. And if we get a close back above here, that would be a higher high. So unfortunately, we didn't get. I always love to see bearish and bullish divergence. I'm biased. I always love to see bearish and bullish divergence. We don't have bearish divergence. I'm sorry, bullish divergence. We just have a low, higher low, like that. So we're going to get into all of that, right? So pending buy signal on Bitcoin, pending buy signal on several altcoins, and some of them don't have a pending buy signal yet, but they could in the near future. So we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna cover all of that. We're gonna go hard, we're gonna go fast, and we're just gonna do it. But before we do, I don't have any affiliate links. Here we go, Jesse. I've never taken $1 of affiliate money. So we're going to plug the website real quick. So bear with me. We're going to spend just a couple minutes. We can't spend as much time as yesterday, but we're just going to fly through it real quick just to show you what we're doing over there. Let's go to the website. So you can access it from Jesse Olson or Market Sniper Pro. Over here, you can access the website. Either way, it doesn't matter. There's two ways to access it. You go to the website, and you got the home, you got the features, right? It just shows we do have to. We'll probably make some updates. The Sniper Elite is the only thing on the homepage, but if you go to plans, we did add additional plans. So you got the Sniper Elite, which includes everything: two 100% fully trading bot automation. We added back on the 70 plus recorded coaching videos. We had to remove that, but we added it back on. We already did all the work on that, so we might as well add it back on. Dashboard access, we rolled it out. The legacy sharpshooter candles 3. It's actually 3.1, RSI 2.0. So just a couple minor updates, just on verbiage, but it doesn't matter. Liquidity access, that's new. Private Discord, cancel anytime, all that stuff. If you need help setting up the trading bot, a 1 hour video call with Alex will get you up and running. In 45 minutes, he's going to walk you through it, hold your hand through the entire process. And in the last 15 minutes, you can ask questions and all that stuff. So, Sniper, if you don't want the 100% fully automated trading bot, you can still get the dashboard, strategy, performance, analytics, trade history and journal, import, and eventually the dashboard. We say it's beta, but it's up and running. But it'll have API capabilities, all that, with multiple exchanges and brokers. But we're just rolling out without that right now. And that it's only $29 a month, right? So once it's API and all that stuff, connection, it's going to be a lot more money. So consider this Black Friday for all of December, because we're going to continue to roll out tools. We rolled out the $49 with just 2 trading bots. Now we're adding it all back in. The more we're adding on, the more expensive it's going to be. It's just the way it is. But you would be grandfathered in and locked in at the lower price indefinitely, right? Indefinitely. For as long as you keep the subscription. But the prices will go up. So $29, you get everything. The legacy, everything manual. The only thing you don't get is the 2 trading bots. So that's it. And then if you do the annual, you save 1 month. If you do the annual over here, you save two months. And then, of course, if you don't want any indicators or trading bots, you can still get the liquidity access. And if you don't want the dashboard, so you get, the only thing you get is Discord and liquidity access. So no savings for the annual. It's not even worth the time, right? So boom, boom, boom. But yeah, so we have the recorded coaching for grandfathered people in the Discord as well. But we also added it onto the website. So everything is going onto the website too. So it's pretty cool. You got all the trading, all that stuff. You go to the portal, come back over here. You can go to the liquidity, right? There's futures, options, right? Inflow, outflow, ETF, inflow, outflow, 7-day, 30-day. And we have a lot of ideas. So this is going to continue to get better and better and better, right? Indicators, right? If you're into all of that, the extreme fear, undervalued, blah, 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 that's all on there, right? It's all on there. So this liquidity feature, all this is included into the $9. It's included into the $29. It's included into the $49. So with that, that's it. That's it. That's the hard, dirty, fast move on that. Like I said, it takes me forever I don't have the walking boot on. I'm just letting the ankle relax, but put the walking boot on, put the tennis shoe on, get down the stairs, get into the car, drive over to the hospital, park, hobble in, get situated. It's going to take a lot. They want me there by 10:20. So I don't even know how much time I need. It's about a 15-minute drive to the good hospital where my daughter was born. So good memories over there. But yeah, so let's jump right into it. Um, Bitcoin on a retracement target, it's already hit target one, right? So think 4 targets to the upside. Uh, target one's already been hit. Rejected here at the more aggressive downward trend line. It's possible it gets rejected here at the less aggressive downward trend line, right? So similar thoughts on how we drew it out over here was, if it came up like this, came back down, put in bullish divergence, right? Something like that, higher lows, and then the relief rally could still have something similar to that. But we do have the pending buy signal now. We do have the pending buy signal. So here, let's go back on here. And so that's obviously not happening right now. So if it came in like this, where maybe it gets rejected, puts in another higher low, and then comes out like that. Here, let me change this to yellow. You can see it a little bit better, right? So that's another possibility where it's another, and we had this drawn out, right? But another higher low. So, so it comes out like this, gets rejected, comes back down, right? And then comes up for more of a relief rally, Santa Claus rally, right? So that's what we're looking at. We never saw the bullish divergence where, price would come back down, make a lower low on closes, not necessarily on the wick, and then come up like this and then take off like that. So often, but not always, do we see the bearish divergence and the bullish divergence at the bottom. Could it still happen? Yes. Yes, it could. Uh, is it less likely now? Yeah, it's starting to become less likely where there's bullish divergence, meaning lower prices, and then the relief rally, right? It's possible still, but it's becoming less likely, right? So if you come over here like this, and say that's bullish divergence, right? It's possible. It's possible. I'm just saying it's less likely. Let's see. That would be the bullish divergence, right? So lower, even if it doesn't take out this wick over here, the candle closes. So if it closed at 84,500 and it closed slightly below that, that would still be bullish divergence, and then relief rally after that. But like I said, it's less likely right now. It's more likely that, maybe it gets rejected here at the other downward trend line, similar to over here, comes back down, puts in another higher low, and then break out into a relief rally after that. So that's what we're watching. Pending buy signal on Bitcoin daily chart right now. It's already hit one target so far, and it's target 2 is about right here, target 3 is about right here, and target 4 is above the blue line here. So that pivot point there, we're getting a retracement of this move here as of right now. So we'll see. We'll see. Also, we've been watching Bitcoin dominance for a very long time. That's breaking down. So putting in the lower high, which it has, even came all the way up to 63.5%. So lower high or a lower high over here, followed by a lower high, right? So we were there for it. The bearish divergence, the breakdown, the bounce, and now it's breaking back down on the Bitcoin dominance. So that's good. If you're in the altcoins or you're playing the altcoins on a bounce, Bitcoin dominance is breaking down. Bitcoin is bouncing right now with the pending buy signal, and so are the altcoins, right? Let's see, Ethereum. We were talking about a bounce. We're talking about a play to the upside. We had the pending buy signal. We were hoping for bullish divergence, but we didn't get it. We didn't get the bullish divergence. So, just because you want bullish divergence doesn't mean you're going to get it. I just love to see bearish or bullish divergence first, but didn't get it. So, but we were talking about the more aggressive downward trend lines, right? The more aggressive downward trend lines. Break out, come back for a back test, buy signal, come back. Even though there's a sell signal, it's above the trending dots, right? And then, of course, get rejected, and then the next candle, breakout. So Ethereum is breaking out, multiple buy signals, and the retracement is on. This was the fourth target to the downside, and it's already broken out of. It's broken out of the downward, the fourth target to the downside as well. So the bounce is on for Ethereum. NASDAQ still could put in a lower high. Too early to say. SP 500 could put in a lower high. Too early to say. Algo, we've been talking about it. We've been covering it. We've been hoping. We've been watching. We've been waiting patiently this entire way down. This entire way down. Hoping for a bounce, right? Down 30%. Down 40%. Down 53%. Down 57%. Down 60%. Over 128 days. Just getting annihilated. Down 62%, right? And then, of course, 62% correction with over 144 days. Just brutal if you're just holding it all the way down, right? We don't do that. We don't hold it all the way down. We wait patiently for a higher probability of a reversal. Algo did give us bullish divergence, right? So some of the assets did give us bullish divergence. And however the price action plays out, we're looking for the consolidation in the breakout, right? So we're looking at consolidation and breakout. The idea is there. And then you just, once the setup is looking more and more, then you pull the trigger, right? Then you pull the trigger. So there you go. Bitcoin is broken out. Ethereum has broken out. There's bullish divergence on Algorand. Could be a sneaky higher low over here. Could be seeing a pending buy signal in the near future. And so that's what we're looking at right now. And then, of course, so if you get a pending buy signal and the bullish divergence turns into that higher low and then breaks out, we could see, however the price action plays out, come back up, retest all of this. Algorand, that would be a good bounce. It's probably like an 80% bounce from current prices before there's even a buy signal. There we go. There we go. What if Algorand bounces to the 200-week moving average? Maybe even beyond. Who knows? But if you look at it from that pivot point over here, now the risk to reward ratio looks really good, right? Obviously, none of this is financial advice. Obviously, this is for educational purposes only, and hopefully have a little bit of fun along the way, making fun of me for hurting the ankle while playing pickleball, or my pronunciations of names, whatever. Let's see. Yep. Okay, so what if it bounces to retest the 200-week moving average, right? That's 80%. And if you have, say you put in a stop loss below the pivot point over here, That's almost a 10-to-1 risk to reward ratio, right? Almost a 10-to-1. So call it 9, just call it 9-to-1, right? A 9-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So, for example, if you put in $1,000, you could lose $86, right? Yeah. No. Yeah, $86. I should use 100. Or $1,000 turns into, see, 80% would be $800, right? Probably should get some more caffeine. $800. So it could either be it drops to let's see, $86. So you'd have $914 if you got stopped out, or you'd have $1,800, right? So that's that's the basic math in real time. uh there you go. So a 9-to-1 risk to reward ratio playing spot only, you could take $1,000 and either turn that into $914, or you could turn it into, about $1,800, right? So obviously, if you're doing $10,000, you add a zero to that, or whatever the case may be, 20,000, 30,000, whatever you're doing over there. $1,000 you could turn with a 9-to-1 risk to reward ratio would be 914 or 1,800. So, because you start with the original 1,000. So that's Algorand. Now, if it turns into something more than that, great. Move the stop loss up to break even. Have an exit strategy all the way, right? And whatever that exit strategy is, have your stop loss, trailing stop loss. You could set all that on the trading bots, right? And then that would be, let's see that. I'm just trying to move the hand. So there, right? 80%. Now it could turn into something more than that, right? It's possible. So if it breaks through, like some of the other altcoins have, I think Telcoin was one of them, breaks through, comes back for a retest and dips below it, and then it could turn into something more, right? So we will be ready for it. We are already ready for it. We've been waiting. We've been watching. We've been waiting. We've been watching. And after the bullish divergence, a sneaky higher low, probably going to see a pending buy signal in the near future. We've already got a pending RSI buy signal on the daily chart right now. You can see that RSI was the lowest here on November 4th, and then it's higher here on December 1st, creating bullish divergence, right? So that's the exact setup we were looking for. The exact setup. That's what we hoped for Bitcoin. That's what we hoped for Ethereum. That's what we hoped for other assets. And this is the exact setup we were looking for. No comments today. Let's see. There's almost 2,000, 1,800, almost 2,000 viewers right now. That's probably counting both X and YouTube. But no comments. That's crazy. Usually there's a bunch of comments by now, but usually we don't start till 9 and it's already 10 after 9. So, woo, no comments. Can't stop, won't stop. Maybe I accidentally disabled comments. Oh, we are sidelined. Who's sidelined? Mercato. Who's sidelined? We are sidelined. So we're just now getting the pending buy signals. So David Mitchell. Hey, Jesse. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, David. David N. Mitchell. Cool, 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 cool. Yeah, now we're starting to get some comments. Holy moly, guacamole. Yeah. This is the first time we've ever gone 25 minutes with no comments. It's almost 1,900 viewers, but and it'll continue to grow. But whoo, this is the setup we're looking for, right? This is the setup we hoped for on Bitcoin. This is the setup we hoped for on Ethereum. And this is the setup we're seeing on Algorand with the bullish divergence, possible higher low, broke out of the more aggressive downward trend line, and then could see a close above the trending dots, and could get rejected off of the longer term downward trend line, going all the way back to July, right? That's a significant trend line going all the way back to July 2025, right? And then if so, then it seems like it would, price would want to retest the 200-week moving average. Maybe it breaks through, comes back, and then takes off after that, right? That would be amazing. That would be amazing. And, anything over, 50, 80, 100% bounce, then we can start calling that a mini alt season, right? Or more, right? If it takes out, I'd say if it takes out this pivot point over here, then we can see a mini alt season, right? So expect bounces. This would be an amazing bounce, right? That'd be a great bounce. We've been waiting for it. This is a long consolidation, long time coming. Looking green candles and sitting on hands make you humble and be quiet. Probably meant quiet. I do that all the time. I flip the T and the E a lot. Yeah. So cool. So that's what we're watching on Algorand. We have a lot of charts to post as well. XRP, we've been talking about this. We've been saying that, we're expecting this is a bear market, but we expect bounces. The weekly trending dots are up here at, say, roughly 250. Like if you look at the weekly trending dots, we're expecting bounces, right? They're still at the weekly trending dots are still at 267. 267. So we're expecting bounces in a bear market, right? And that's the more aggressive downward trend line. You've got bullish divergence. Bullish divergence, right? If you're not sure what I'm talking about, it's covered on the recorded coaching. I spent over an hour talking about it. And it's not just bullish and bearish divergence. One of the things I'm most proud of from obsessing over charts, staring at charts obsessively over the years is that back in 2020, not only just seeing bullish and bearish divergence, but actually recognizing that there's a price point, there's a target where price could go to that I've never seen anywhere else, right? To my knowledge, I came up with that. There's an actual price target with divergences that I came up with. So that's one of the things I'm most proud of. And I teach in the recorded coaching. I don't pull any punches. Whatever I've learned over the years, whether you agree or not, I tell you what I've seen on the charts. And I spent over 70 plus hours doing that. So when I was going to do, people asked me to do coaching for 6 months. I said, no. And then because of your persistence, a lot of your persistence, I was like, okay, I'll do it. Because also people were impersonating me and charging $1,000. I was like, Well, we'll do it for it was originally for $49 a month. So I was like, well, I don't want people to get scammed from people impersonating me for $1,000. I'll just do it for $49 a month. And that's what I did. So, and that took me down the rabbit hole. So I'm very thankful for everyone pushing me to do the coaching. It took me down the rabbit hole of 100% full automation. And here we are. We've got bullish divergence, possible higher low. We talked about it. We covered it. We talked about it. We covered it over and over and over again on every live stream. We're expecting bounces along the way. We're hoping for significant bounces. We're hoping for a mini alt season. We're hoping for a major alt season. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. Not only for me, my mom, and all of you, all the market snipers. I mean that's a pretty general question. So, you know, depends what asset you're talking about. Depends if you're talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. Trade each chart individually, right? So I just showed you what on Algorand, what I was thinking and hoping for on Algorand, right? As one idea. And if you look at the weekly chart, the trending dots are currently at almost 20 cents. Almost 20 cents. So even have like a bounce to the trending dots of the weekly, get rejected, bounce up to the 200-week moving average, maybe bounce through it, get rejected, looks like it's getting rejected, and then a higher bounce after that. So, right? So XRP, maybe bounces up into the weekly trading dots as well. So that's what we're looking for. You've got some resistance here on XRP. So if XRP, for example, bounces up like that, and then we'll see how it plays out after that. Could it be a bigger bounce? Yeah, it could. Or it just gets rejected there at the weekly trending dots and the downward trend line and then breaks down. So, we don't have a magic crystal ball. We don't have a magic crystal ball. So, XRP, for example, could have that bigger bounce or it breaks down, right? This is probably based off the weekly, but that's the daily right there. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Each one looks differently. Like Algorand never made a new all-time high. XRP did. So XRP made a new all-time high, and then now it's in a bear market. Algorand never made a new all-time high. It had a nice bounce up to the 200-week moving average back in November, but that was it, right? That was it. When we were there for it. We were all over it. Similar setup, but less consolidation, right? So it consolidated even longer, right? So you can see this consolidation over here was 240 days, and this one was 145 days. So this was 100-day longer consolidation to get 300%. So we definitely didn't get lucky. We were watching this. We were watching this. We were watching this. And then my mom tripled her account. We can look at it. We can look at it. But we don't have a lot of time, so let me keep going here. So that's Algorand on the daily chart. Hopefully we get a significant bounce. This is really early. This is really early. This is bullish divergence, looking at a higher low. We don't even have a pending buy signal on Algorand yet, but we do have pending buy signals. Oh, we no longer have a pending buy signal on XRP, but it might have a pending buy signal in the near future again. Cardano has a pending buy signal. This is like last week's stream. Would we see a bounce up into the weekly trending dots? Would we see a bounce up into the downward trend line? Would it consolidate more and then have a even more significant bounce? Possibly, right? We don't know exactly how this is going to play out, but we were ready for it. And there was bullish divergence over here, right? Bullish divergence here, higher low, right? Bullish divergence getting picked up on bullish divergence, a little bit of bounce, bullish divergence, a little bit of bounce. But this is bullish divergence, higher low, let's go, right? So you get the 200-week moving average here at 54 cents. But that's what we're seeing. So some of the altcoins did have bullish divergence. Ethereum and Bitcoin did not. So love to see bullish divergence. Love it. Bullish divergence getting picked up over here, right? Bullish divergence getting picked up on the indicator. So we covered all this. This is not taking us by surprise. We were hoping for bullish divergence. We were waiting for bullish divergence. We got bullish divergence on several altcoins, buy signals, another buy signal above the trending dots, above the previous buy signal. So we're watching this, see how it plays out, see if it gets rejected at the weekly trending dots. This is representing the weekly trending dots. Maybe it consolidates even longer, and then maybe get an even bigger breakout after that. So XLM, maybe slight bullish divergence. Maybe. Let's see. The indicator is not picking it up, but yeah, that is bullish divergence there. It was picking up here, but from here to here, that is bullish divergence. And then that's a higher low, higher low. Let's go. Higher low, higher low. Let's go. This is bullish divergence on XLM. This is a sneaky higher low. It's a sneaky higher low, right? So you get a close back above over here, and that would be a higher high, right? So bullish divergence followed by a higher high, a higher low. Let's go. Chop suey. It's just fun to say that. No bullish divergence. Just right. Let's see. Just the eyeball test. Actually, you could say that was bullish divergence. It would be very slight bullish divergence. Also double bottom, right? Actually, that would be bullish divergence because you got the low and you've got a higher low, but it was the same close. So that is considered slight bullish divergence. Slight. So you got to zoom in sometimes. Indicator doesn't pick up every single time because depending on what settings you have it on, blah, blah, blah. But there you go. Bullish divergence, higher low on chop suey, and you've got a pending buy signal over here. Boom. There you go. This would be the more aggressive. That would be a more aggressive downward trend line, right? So breaking the more aggressive bullish divergence, breaks out, candle close back above the trailing dots, comes back for a retest of the trailing dots. You got the green trailing dots, and now you're breaking out of the less aggressive from October 6th. So bounce, baby, bounce, bounce, baby, bounce. Bitcoin dominance breaking down, as said. It's been bearish on the weekly chart. One longer term target has been hit so far. You can see it wicked all the way back up here. We drew this out back in September. These bounces, we were looking for these bounces on Bitcoin dominance back ever since September, right? So these were drawn out. So will we come down and hit target 2? That would be great. Will we come back down and hit target 3 and the 200-week moving average? That would be even better. Could we come all the way down, hit target 4? That would be awesome. That would be awesome. That means Algorand is back above the 200-week moving average, just as we drew it out earlier, right? The yellow path, right? So if we're all the way down there, Algorand would be all the way up here, you would think, just as an example. Woo-wee. That would come on. One time, baby. One time. One time. Well, we already had a one time, but we had this bounce over here in November. Oh, that was nice. That was nice. That was nice. Let's do it. Let's do it. So early. Look at that. So early. So it'll take some time to play out. That's the weekly chart, right? This is the weekly chart. It takes some time to play out. Like Bitcoin dominance come all the way down over a couple of weeks, couple of months, right? We were hoping for a relief rally, 45 to 60 days, maybe a 30 to 40% bounce. It didn't go Bitcoin didn't go all the way down to 74,000 yet. It went down to 80,400 ish, but the lower it went, the higher the bounce, the higher the relief rally, in my opinion. So maybe it's lesser, it's more on the closer side of 30% versus a 40% bounce or relief rally. So we'll see how it plays out. We don't, like I said, we don't have a magic crystal ball, all that stuff. So we don't. We just stack the probabilities in our favor. Right? Mm-hmm. 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 Portal. Quarter coaching. Portal. Dashboard. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. So just the beginning, right? So this is included into the $9, right? And maybe next month it'll be a lot higher prices because we have other tools that we're adding to the liquidity access. Some shorts going to get liquidated. Total long liquidations. Now is it time for the total short liquidations, right? Probably. So breaking down, there's a sell signal back here on Bitcoin dominance weekly chart way back on July 2025, and it's been bearish ever since. So there you go. There you go. Came back, retested the weekly trending dots. As you can see, the weekly trending dots, and now it's getting rejected from the weekly trending dots as of right now. So expecting bounces on the altcoins, and we're starting to really see it today. So bounce, baby, bounce. Bounce. Do it. Do it. That channel does not look great. Depending on what exchange you're looking at, right? Depending on what another exchange that looks a lot better. It didn't wick all the way through like Binance did at $1.6 trillion. So, buy signal rejected. So buy signal, see what happens over here. If it gets rejected or not. Downtrend until proven otherwise, but starting to catch that bounce. And like I said, the more aggressive downward trend line, it's broken out of. Ethereum broke out of the more aggressive downward trend line, came back for a back test, and now it's breaking out of the longer term. So, woo, come on. Mm-hmm. There we go. Dollar. Is the dollar finding support at target 1? Will it come up and hit target 2? Maybe. Maybe, baby. What else? Let's see. We have the one Veritone. Okay, let me take a look at that so I don't forget, because I gotta get going here shortly too, just because got a lot of very immobile. Right. There it is. There it is. So this is exactly what I was talking about on Algorand, right? Where it bounces, breaks out of the long downward trend line, right? That was 467 days. That's crazy. 467 days. We watched this forever. Broke out. Came back for a back test. Came all the way up here to before the buy signal, right? Before the buy signal. It was breaking out. 268% to the 200-week moving average. Broke all the way through. Came all the way back. We literally just talked about this on Algorand of a potential. Now breaking back above the 200-week moving average again, right? So you can see the longer-term downward trend line. The more aggressive downward trend line, right? Starting to get buy signals, starting to break down the more aggressive downward trend line, breaking out, breaks out of the 467-day downward trend line, comes back test, battle, and then boom, off to the races to the 200-week moving average, battles it, comes all the way back down. Wild. This is a wild animal. This is a wild animal. So you probably want to switch this to more of a weekly chart, right? It looks a lot more clean on a weekly chart than it does on a daily chart. It's probably too wild on a daily chart. So weekly chart, this is going from April 2024. Then you're breaking out of the more aggressive downward trend line with the buy signal at 225. It's been bullish all the way up, right? 319%, comes back down, sell signal, gets bought back up, and it's still back up to 145%. And then you've got these longer term targets over here. So even from current price over here, you've got 127, not as sexy. But 2-week chart, it's been bullish since over here on August 2025. So these are all milestones, right? 2-week chart. You mentioned the monthly chart. You got the 3-week chart over here. It's been bullish since 370. That's bullish. Monthly chart had a monthly buy signal over here at 483. It's currently at 561. So a lot of reasons to be bullish on this AI stock that we've been covering for a very, very long time, right? Very long time. I mean, it's even hard to draw the trend lines. You got to go the log chart. Longer term anyways, right? So let's see. Yeah, that's better. Yep, that's way better. So monthly chart got rejected there, broke out there, right? Battled, breakout, close above, back above the 200-week moving average. Targets look crazy on log, off log, right? So there you go. That's Veritone. Monthly chart had a buy signal over here, had the bullish divergence on the monthly chart, probably on the 3-week chart, probably on the 2-week chart. MACD had the bullish crossover way back in July 2023. It's taken forever, right? And now it's back above the 0 line. That is another bullish milestone back above the 0 line. So there you go. Not even paying attention to all of these earnings, right? So don't even care. Don't even care. I don't know if I would say that, but there you go, gritty contrarian. Yeah, so there was already a buy signal in September, right? So there was already a buy signal above the green trailing dots, breaking out over here at 568. So bullish. Let's see. I think we're just gonna call it there. Let's see, Tesla. We don't know if this is going to be a lower higher or not. 3 out of the 4 targets were hit to the downside, even spiked below to 382. But it is currently bullish on the daily chart as of right now. Still is. This could be a bullish engulfing candle on Tesla. What else? HODL. Still expecting throughout the bear market to fill some of these older gaps. But after this entire pattern played out with the head and shoulders down below, filled a bunch of gaps. This is a bullish engulfing candle on HODL. So we're expecting a bounce. We're expecting the rally, but bounce as of right now. Bullish engulfing candle. RSI buy signal back over here on December 2nd. And away we go, right? Let's see what else. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Bitcoin futures does not have a pending buy signal as of yet, but there was that RSI buy signal back over here. Right? More aggressive. Breaking out of the more aggressive. So no pending buy signal on Bitcoin futures as of yet. Let's see what else. What else? A lot of people were calling for the top was in on silver and probably going to have a pending buy signal on MicroStrategy in the near future. As I don't want to say as predicted, as anticipated. As you can see, even the fractal, the weekly fractal, I mean, it could take weeks. Come back into the weekly trending dot. This is a weekly trending dots, right? Let the weekly trending dots catch up. Come back for a retest of it. Maybe it spikes all the way back up here to the confirmation line and then rolls back over and hits the 200-week moving average. So that's what I'm expecting, right? That's what I'm expecting. Not predicted, but expecting or anticipating. Gritty, you got it. You got it, Gritty. Gritty, contrarian. Yeah. Yeah. 9:39. How much time? 40 minutes. I gotta get this wrapped up. So that's MicroStrategy. It's gonna take me a while to put my walking boot back on, all of that stuff. So I think that's about it. I think we're gonna call it here. We covered Bitcoin pending buy signal on Bitcoin daily chart. Won't be confirmed until the candle closes today, right? I see the candle closes today. See, I've been in Mountain Standard Time, so let me see. 12, 4, right? I think 4. Yeah. So, anyways, I think 4 o'clock. Maybe it was 5 o'clock, so it's probably 4 o'clock now. 4 o'clock, the candle closes. Crypto, right? Jesse, crypto never closes. No, I know that, but the candle closes. So with that, we've been talking about this every single day. We were waiting patiently. We've been hoping for a bounce. We've been hoping for a relief rally. Not only in Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, all that stuff, right? Here we are. Here we are. pending buy signals across the board, breaking downward trend lines, going all the way back to, well, the October over here, but some of them are going back to July. This one goes back to October 28th, right? But some of these could start breaking out, going all the way back to July. Whew. So we're ready for it. We're hoping for it. We want it. Come on. I need more diapers for the baby. Daddy needs some more diapers. Let's go. So with that, hope you have a good rest of your day. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we get some good news from the orthopedic surgeon today. So fingers crossed. But with that, hope you have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you on tomorrow's live stream. Thank you for supporting me with the algorithms. Help me, help you, help me. Smash the like button, smash the comments, repost, share with your friends and family, and we'll see you on the next one. Adios.